Today I am sharing the explanation of Chaupai 1 and Chaupai 2 of Hanuman Chalisa in English from My Hanuman Chalisa by Devdutt Pattanaik. Chaupai 1. Why Monkey as God? Joy Hanuman, Gyan Gun Sagar, Jai Kapish, Tihu Lok Ujagar. Victory to Hanuman, who is the ocean of wisdom and virtue. Victory to the divine amongst monkeys, who illuminates the three worlds. In this verse, Hanuman is addressed for the first time by his most popular name Hanuman and identified as a monkey Kopi. Classically, Hanuman means one with a wide or prominent or disfigured jaw, indicating a monkey. Colloquially, in the Hindi belt of India, the name means one without ego, pride, and inflated self-image, man, a meaning that makes sense when we appreciate the structure of the epic Ramayana where Hanuman appears for the first time. Some scholars have proposed that the word Hanuman comes from a Proto-Dravidian word and Mandi, which probably means male monkey, later Sanskritized to Hanuman. They also point to Hanuman being called Anuman in Thailand and Andaman in Malaysia, lands where Dravidian culture spread a long time ago. It has been proposed that the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal got its name from sailors who told stories of the great monkey who had the power to leap across the sea and reach distant islands. Those familiar with early Tamil Sangam literature dispute this theory. The Ramayana reached its final form roughly 2000 years ago and is one of the first epics to be composed in India with the intention of communicating Vedic ideas to the masses. It marks the birth of a new phase of Hinduism known as Puranic Hinduism, which is also marked by the rise of temple culture. Before the Ramayana, for over 1,000 years, maybe more, Vedic ideas were communicated using chants, melodies, rituals, and conversations, not stories. This had a limited audience. The intellectual elite, such as priests, philosophers, and aristocrats, with ample time on their hands. To reach out to a larger audience, Vyas, the man who is credited with organizing Vedic hymns, composed the stories and epics compiled in the Puranas, including the story of Ram. Some say Vyas composed the stories himself. Some say he compiled stories he heard from other sages like Markandeya, and still others say he heard it from Shiva or from the birds and fish, who in turn had overheard the conversation between Shiva and Shakti. Amongst the birds was a crow called Kakabhushandi, who told the story of Ram to the sage Narad, who passed it on to the sage Valmiki, who transformed the story into the world's first poetry, which is why the Ramayana, the Mahakavya, is also called Adi Kavya. In the Ramayana, we find three sets of characters. In the north are the humans, Nara, in Ayodhya, led by sages, rishis, who seek to enable humans to expand their mind, discover their divine potential, Brahmana, which is the essence of Vedic wisdom. In the south, beyond the sea, on the island of Lanka, are the demons, Rakshasas, led by Ravana, son of a rishi, Vaishrava, son of Pulastha, who uses Vedic knowledge for power and fails to internalize Vedic wisdom. In between live the monkeys, Vanara. Words like north and south in the Ramayana need to be read metaphorically, not literally, because Vedic thought is all about the mind and seeks to inform how we see the world. Ram is a metaphor, so is Ravana, so is Hanuman. The Ramayana takes place in the landscape that is our mind. In nature, animals, including monkeys, compete for food and so dominate and mark territories to secure their food. All behavior is aimed at ensuring the body survives. This is the jungle way, Matsyanaya. To outgrow these animal instincts is the hallmark of humanity. It is our divine potential. To walk this path is dharma. But when we indulge in competition, domination, and territoriality, we become worse than animals. We become demons. we subscribe to adharma. Ram embodies dharma, Ravana embodies adharma. Hanuman, from amongst all the monkeys, makes the journey towards Ram. The world is composed of the self, Swajiva, who lives in the ecosystem of others, Parajiva. For animals, monkeys included, the other is predator or prey, rival or mate. But humans have the ability to outgrow these hardwired animal instincts. The North in the Ramayana is the highest potential that we can realize, where the self is not consumed by its own hunger for and fear of the other, but by empathy for other people's hungers and fears. This caring world is the world of Ram. The South in the Ramayana is where there is so much hunger and fear that the other is seen only as food and enemy, and the self, Jivatma, twists itself and transforms into the ego, Aham, unable to appreciate the divinity in the other, Para Atma. Hence, the continuum of divinity that permeates the whole infinite universe, Param Atma. This self-indulgent world is the world of Ravana. The rishis who Ram defends are sages who go from north to the south to enable, empower, and enlighten the hungry and the weak. They know that the other will see the sages from the north either as invaders or as patronizing benefactors who seek to destroy their way of life. The rishis also know that should their wisdom sleep, they will themselves be enchanted by the knowledge and power they are revealing. Ravana, a son of one such rishi, embodies what can go wrong. Ravana uses his great strength, knowledge, and intelligence to exploit those around him, be their lord and master, make them followers rather than liberating them to find their own path. The liminal or in between space between the north and the south is the land of the monkeys, our animal core, that can move either way towards Ram or towards Ravana, towards empathy or towards exploitation, towards dharma or adharma. The hungry and the frightened seek combat and conquest, hence Vijay, victory, where someone is defeated. The wise seek a different kind of victory, joy, where no one is defeated, where the self is able to conquer its own hunger and fear, to acknowledge, appreciate, even accommodate the other. Both joy and vijay seem to mean the same thing, hail or victory, but there is a nuance in the meaning, the preference for internal victory in the case of joy over external victory in the case of vijay. This jay is what we want for Hanuman, and from Hanuman as we read the Hanuman Chalisa. Many people are uncomfortable with such symbolic, structural, or psychological readings of the Ramayana and want it to be historical. So Vanara becomes forest, Vana, people Nara, or primitive Va, humans Nara. They see north as the Aryan homeland in the Gangetic plains and the south as the Dravidian homeland south of the Vindhyas. Such rationalizations are often seen in people who are unable to differentiate the physical from the psychological, the measurable saguna from the non-measurable nirguna, the formed sakara from the formless nirakara. Since the world is diverse, diverse readings of the Ramayana must be appreciated with empathy so that we appreciate the diverse needs of the human mind. Chaupai 2. Son of Wind. Ramdut Atulit Bal Dhama Anjani Putra Pavan Sut Nama. Agent of Ram, bearer of great strength, son of Anjani, mother, also known as son of the wind god father. This Chaupai focuses on the origin and role of Hanuman. He is described as the son of the god of wind Pavan and a monkey woman called Anjana or Anjani, and has immense strength and uses his strength to serve as Ram's agent. In the Vedas, divinity was often personified as natural phenomena. Indra, the god of thunder and lightning, Agni, the fire,
Soma, the juices within trees, Surya, the sun, Vayu, the wind. Pavan is a colloquial name for Vayu, who is also known as Maruta, the god of storms. Pavan is also associated with prana, breathe in the lungs, and vata, gases in the bowels, and so integral to life. The wind god who connects the earth with the sky is a companion and messenger of Indra, a role replicated by his son Hanuman, who is also known as Vayuputra and Maruti. If Hanuman gets his awesome strength from his father, his monkeyness comes from his mother Anjana, a Vanara woman. As the son of Anjana, Hanuman is often called Anjaneya, especially in South India. Not much is known about Hanuman's mother. In some stories, she was a nymph, an apsara, cursed to live on earth after she upset a rishi. In other stories, she is the daughter of Gautama, the sage who discovers his wife Ahalya in the arms of Indra. She is cursed either by Gautama for not telling the truth about her mother or by Ahalya for not lying to her father. The curse involves her turning into a monkey. She marries Kesari, a Vanara who lives in Kishkinda. The idea of a god making a human pregnant is often found in Greek mythology, where it is found to explain the existence of extraordinary heroes. Thus, Hercules has a celestial father Zeus and a mortal father Amphitryon, just as Hanuman has a celestial father Vayu and a mortal father Kesari. Did this story of Hanuman have a Greek influence? At the time the Ramayana was being composed, Indian storytellers may have been exposed to Greek tales that had followed Alexander the Great to the east. We can only speculate, as there is little by way of proof. It is significant that Hanuman's father and mother are clearly identified. It means he is born of the womb, Yonija. He is never referred to as self-created, Swayambhu, indicating that his status is lower. In Hindu mythology, there are two kinds of gods: the greater ones, who are self-created and are hence beyond space and time, immortal and infinite, and the lesser ones, who are born to parents and are hence located within the space and time, are mortal and finite. In the Puranas, all old Vedic gods, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Surya, are given secondary status by being described as children of Kashyapa and Aditi. Primary status is given to Shiva and Vishnu, who are described as self-created. Vishnu voluntarily takes a mortal form as Ram, thus striding both categories. Hanuman, however, does not fit so neatly into the second category. Yes, he takes birth on earth, but he is also described as immortal, Chiranjeevi. There are no stories of his death. In the Mahabharata, Vayu places his seed in the womb of Kunti. As a result, Kunti becomes the mother of Vayu's son Bhima. While Vayu had chosen Anjani, Kunti had chosen Vayu. Kunti had invoked Vayu with a mantra and asked him to give her a child, but Anjani had not. This made Bhima a child of desire, whereas Hanuman was a child of destiny. As sons of the wind god, both Hanuman and Bhima are brothers. Like Hanuman, Bhima is very strong, but unlike Hanuman, Bhima is not divine. Bhima may be his elder brother's loyal agent, but that is not the same as serving Ram. For in serving his elder brother, Bhima does his duty as a younger brother and is serving his family. In serving Ram, Hanuman is fulfilling no obligation but acting of his own volition and love. Bhima is as strong as Hanuman, but he lacks the Hanuman's humility. While Hanuman is content being a messenger, Dut for Ram, as he is born of a monkey, Bhima feels entitled because he is born of a princess. In Hindu mythology, destiny determined our body, our family, hence our social role. Our desire makes us either want to change a social role or cling to a social role. Destiny makes Ram the eldest son of a royal family, hence he acts as king. He does not desire to be king. Destiny makes Hanuman a monkey. He chooses to serve Ram not for wealth and power but for wisdom, the realization of the divine potential. Destiny makes Ram the eldest son of a royal family, hence he acts as king. He does not desire to be king. Destiny makes human a monkey. He chooses to serve Ram not for wealth and power but for wisdom, the realization of the divine potential. Hence he serves but does not seek. Vima not only fulfills his social role, he also uses it to dominate the world around him and benefit from his birth determined strength and status. Hanuman teaches him to change his ways as we learn from the following story. In his royal arrogance, Vima always walked straight and expected all things to move aside and make way for him, even mountains and trees. Those who blocked his path were simply hurled aside or crushed underfoot. In his path one day he found an old monkey sleeping. "I am too old to get out of your way," the monkey murmured. "Just kick my tail aside and make your way." But when Vima tried to kick the old monkey's tail, he realized it was really heavy, so heavy that it could not be pushed or pulled, even when he used all his strength. Vima realized this was no ordinary monkey. When Hanuman revealed himself, he showed Vima his awesome form, Virat Sarup, making Vima realize the insignificance of his physical strength and social position. A king uses his power to serve people and create an ecosystem where people can outgrow hunger and fear. When a king uses his power to dominate those around him, it reveals the king has not outgrown his hunger and fear. He is not yet Ram. Likewise, a king's agent uses his power to serve his master. When a king's agent uses his power to dominate those around him, it reveals he has not outgrown his hunger and fear. He is not yet Hanuman.
The explanation of the following chopais will be continued in the next videos.